Welcome, everyone to, I was about to say Thursday night, but it's not. It's Tuesday. Tuesdays nights improv comedy show, comedy one-shots. It's a special night that we're doing this. Normally on Tuesdays, we play Jackbox games, but we're doing that on Thursday instead for the release of Jackbox Party Pack 8. So if you are tuning in hoping to watch us do Jackbox games, you should stick around and watch us do some improv, because maybe you've never seen us do it before. You're going to like it. You're going to enjoy it because everything you see is made up on the spot. We don't have anything planned. We're going to be getting suggestions from you guys out there in the audience. We'll take those suggestions. We'll improvise the scene, make some ha-ha make-em-ups. It's fun for the whole family. Let me introduce our cast here. We've got Katie. We've got Patrick.
We got Patrick.
Yay.
And I forgot this. My name is Chris, in case you can't read that. But and Chad, our lights and sound guru music guy, who does all of the bells, every whistle that we own, he knows how to blow and toot. So he'll be making the stream function. And I'm going to turn it over to him real quick for any announcements that we may have right before we get started with the show, because he also knows a lot of that stuff too, and we don't. So Chad, what announcements you got pre-show for us?
I know how to toot. Hee. Okay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome, as Chris said, to some Tuesday night, locally sourced, freshly grown comedy. We are so happy to have you with us tonight. Just a few quick announcements before we get started. Yeah, Eagle Panini in the chat says woot. I said toot. Different consonant, but it's cool. We can probably come up do something like that in letter sub later. I gave it away a little bit. Well, before I give too much else away, just a quick reminder that we are viewer supported, and two ways that you can do that. First of all is financially. A lot of people do that. If you go to twitch.tv/chaoticgoodimprov, where you're probably watching right now, you can support us that way through bit cheering and through Twitch subscriptions. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can actually subscribe to us for no additional cost. It comes with your Amazon Prime account. Steal of the century, guys. It's amazing. Check it out. You can also let folks know about us being here tonight. Seriously, we are word of mouth people. We are share the social medias people. People find out about us throughout all the interwebs, and they come and watch comedy, and it makes us happy because we make them happy. So if you would like to support us in that way, at a little less cost to you, go to all of our social media, share them, or let your friends and family know, hey, there's a troupe called Chaotic Good Improv. They are chaotic, they are good, and they do improv. You're going to want to watch them. They're on the internet. They're great. All right, so we really do appreciate everybody who follows us and supports us. Thank you to Beffers3425, who is our latest follower. Actually, I got to meet her the other night. Yes, exactly, on a different stream. So, yeah, it was good to see you, Beffers, and hope you continue to follow us. So, let's see. Also, if you follow us on Twitch or any of our social media, really, you'll get notifications whenever we go live. So there is that.
You get lives. You get extra lives.
Exactly.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, it's like the Mario movie that I refuse to watch. So what else is there?
John Leguizamo is brilliant.
No, I'm talking about the new one that's coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the original great one.
No, the original is awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins, R.I.P.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, good times. All right, so another way that you can support us is if you go to chaoticgoodimprov.com and check out our store. And you see all this lovely graphic design that was largely made by our very own Patrick, who is a professional graphic person. Patrick actually helped come up with a lot of this look and feel, and you can look and feel it on yourself by going to our store and checking out our wearable CGI gear, our drinkable CGI drinkware, our onesieable CGI onesies, all sorts of things that you can use to show off your CGI fashion sense. So chaoticgoodimprov.com, check out our store. One last thing that I'd like to mention at this time is that we don't really plan any of this other than the games that we're going to play. And I already gave away letter sub. Oh well. But we also don't plan what we're going to call these shows once we're done with them. So this show will go onto our archives when we're done. It doesn't exist beforehand. We make it up on the spot, and then we put it in our YouTube archives for later and for a short time on Twitch. and we'd like to know what to call this thing. So here's where you come in. In addition to all the suggestions that you come up with to help create our scenes, if you hear our actors say something uproariously funny, or if you hear of a common theme that happens throughout the night that would make a great title for a show, let me know about it in the chat. I will be Chaotic Good Improv in the chat. Just go ahead and put it in quotes. I will put it in a big old list of show titles, and we'll deliberate at the end of the night which one we want to call that particular episode. So, do that, and you'll be our best friend forever. All right, so with all that being said, I think that's everything that I have on my end. We're going to get to the comedy, because that's why we're here. And so for that, I turn it back over to Chris to start our first game. Chris, over to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chad. I was so invigorated by everything you were saying. I was listening so intently to a different window on my computer that I forgot.
So was I.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get rolling right away with our very first game. It's going to be for Katie and Patrick. It's a game we love to start all of our shows off with, or most of our shows off with. And that's the game called Change. What I need for a suggestion from the audience, and I'm noticing everyone putting their virtual background, so I'm going to do mine as well. What I need a suggestion from the audience is a place, any location. It could be a building, it could be a room, it could be a country, it could be a state of mind. It doesn't matter, just any place, any location. And we'll use that for this game of Change. The way this game is going to go is Katie and Patrick will improvise a scene using the suggestions given to them as some sort of muse or idea for them. And during the scene, anytime I want, I can say change. And when I say change, whoever just spoke will have to change the last thing they said to something completely different, and then have to justify why this new thing they said is part of the scene. Chad, do we have a suggestion for a place or location or a setting?
All right. Getting a little slow there in the chat, so yeah, feel free to drop it in, and don't worry, if we don't pick yours tonight, it will probably come back later in a later game. All right, checking over real quick, YouTube. Okay, it looks like we have a suggestion for Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, so this scene has something to do with Virginia. Virginia is a suggestion, whether it's the place or the person or the song, Sweet Virginia. It doesn't matter. It's completely up to you. This is a game of Change in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, I have to say it is a pleasure to meet you. I'm so glad you're marrying my son.
Well, you know, I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to go ahead and get married, you know?
Well, I understand that now. Now you said you're from South Carolina now.
Oh, I am. I am from South Carolina. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, and I'm looking forward to moving back there with your son.
Hold on now. I was under the impression that you and Jeffrey were going to move on to the great Commonwealth of Virginia, and not down to one of those other terrible states down there. You're going to move to South Carolina, you said?
Yes, sir. That is the plan, because well, that's what I would like to do.
Change.
It's the plan because we played rock, paper, scissors, and I won.
Change.
It's the plan because, well, honestly, your son wanted to get away from you.
Well, I am just flabbergasted now. He always told me his dream was to work on my tobacco farm.
Change.
He always told me his dream was to run a coffee shop here in Richmond.
Well, you see, we also have lovers of coffee in South Carolina, so that is a dream that is mobile, you might say. So we're just taking it on the road.
Well, hold on now. Are you thinking about starting up one of them food truck coffee vending dispensary places?
We absolutely are. We are going to start a food truck, coffee truck. It'll play music like an ice cream truck. It's really going to be fantastic.
Well, I have to say that does sound like a pretty brilliant idea. Now,
Change.
is there that kind of that don't sound like a brilliant idea, but I mean, I can't expect much better from my son, you know?
Well, I mean, hold on now. Your son is very bright. After all, he is marrying me. He was
Change.
smart enough. Your son is very, very bright. I saw his ACT scores.
Oh yes, no, don't get me wrong. He's very smart. He is just absolute top of the bell curve. Okay, now he is just as bright as it can get. Okay, now
Right. I'm not sure if you understand bell curves, but I will go ahead and take your word for it.
I do not. Is that not a good thing? He gets his intelligence from my side of the family, and sometimes it even skips a generation or two.
I
You know,
I
so-
see that. I saw
And
it.
seed. And seed. That's good. Top of the bell curve. Title of the show. Top of the bell curve. I like it.
Top of the bell curve to you.
That's top of the bell curve, tell you.
Oh man.
Well, I went to go take a drink of water, then I realized I'm entering the next game, so I should have not a bunch of water in my mouth.
Oh, we lost Chris.
Well,
there he
bye,
is.
Chris.
That was my bad.
Chris is gone. Better that than when you turn your background completely off and you're like, oh no, this is where I live. No.
Yeah, you get to see my
all right.
wall.
For our next game with Katie and Chris, I need a letter of the alphabet. Okay, not only a letter of the alphabet, but I also need something you might inherit in a will, some cherished family heirloom, something of great value that you would just truly love to have. Because in this next game, Chris and Katie are going to do a game called A to Z, or the alphabet game. In this game, they're going to have a scene that they're going to do, and they're going to start with the letter that you provide. And every line after that has to start with the next letter of the alphabet until they get all the way back to the letter that they started with. And it's a very fun game. I like it a lot. It's a fun game. I don't play it very often. Yeah. All right, Chad, do we have any suggestions in the chat from Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or any of the streams for a letter
Jeeves.
and a cherished family heirloom or an item of value, a valuable item?
Well, as a reminder, if you're just joining us, go ahead, whatever platform you're watching on, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, go ahead and put those suggestions into the chat. Remember, we are looking for letters and or a item of value that would be passed down from generation to generation. Looking through real quick, nothing on Twitch, nothing on Facebook, but we do have, okay, on YouTube, we have a suggestion for the letter N.
N?
The letter N.
For November.
That's either this one or this one in sign language. I can't remember. It's
2.
is it 2?
Yeah.
Is M that one?
No, that's T, but it's okay.
That's T.
That's I got your nose.
How is sign language is tough. I don't have the dexterity for that. All right.
It's like a G and H or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeesh.
all right. And then
all
Chad,
I
we
know.
have a cherished family heirloom as well.
Yes, looks like we have a suggestion for Halloween decor.
Halloween decor.
Decor.
Yes.
All right.
Decor.
I would love to inherit that in a will, by the way. I
Yeah.
think that would be fantastic.
Just 500 yards of lights is all you got. All right, so this is A to Z with Chris and Katie. They're starting with N, going back to the letter N. Their suggestion is Halloween decor in 3, 2, and 1.
Now we've done it. Every kid is gonna want to come to this house.
Oh my gosh. I have seen homes that are decorated for Christmas that aren't this magnanimous. We really did a good job, Patrice.
Please tell me that you remembered to put the skeletons actually in the ground in the front yard.
Quietly. Get over here. I don't want the neighbors to hear. No, I did not. But
Right.
okay, no,
Right.
go ahead.
Right. Well, I guess that's okay. We didn't have. I just thought maybe the ghosts would follow the skeletons and it would make it more spooky, but it's okay if we're missing them.
Skeletons scare the bejesus out of me, and I didn't want to touch them because they remind me of real skeletons, which is probably the point.
True. Okay. But we have the best candy and the best decorations. We're just gonna wow everybody in the neighborhood.
Uber candy. It's the biggest candies, but I bought, sometimes people buy the little bite-sized ones. No, I buy the giant Uber Snickers. They're Uber Snicks. That's what I call them.
Verily I say unto you, there is no one who can beat this uber candy. You know what? We are just a power couple of Halloween.
We are a power couple. You know what? I'm just glad our last name's Whopper, because it's another thing that we give people. We give them Whoppers and Uber Snicks.
Exactly. We are just. I'm so glad that we got married. Can I just tell you that?
You know, I'm glad too, and I'm glad your great aunt Melinda died and left us all this awesome Halloween decoration. I mean, I'm sad she died, but I'm glad that when she did die, she thought of us.
Zoinks. Can you remember the look on cousin Patricia's face when she saw that we inherited all this? Oh, she was green with envy.
All I see in my sleep every time I close my little eyelids is her face turning green with envy. It gets me through the day knowing that somewhere Patrice is just still pissed off that she doesn't have this wonderful decorations.
But you know what? We do, and we have made the most of it. And that is what she would have wanted. So
children run in terror from our home because it's so realistically scary.
Do you know, I heard those kids talking about how they were going to avoid our house, the whole block, for the next month.
Every time I hear a kid say that, I make sure to send out little rumors that we have the best candy, which is true. But that, so they'll be enticed to come into our den of death and destruction in our front yard to get the Uber Snicks and the Whoppers.
For sure. Because that's all these kids want is candy. Kids these days, they just want to eat candy, and we're going to make them work for it. They are going to have to face their fears to get that candy.
Gullible sons of bitches. I'll tell you what, they're going to sit there and just going to sniff it. Those pre-diabetic little kids are going to be running up our front door and they're not even going to see it coming. All the little pop-up evil monsters and traps and stuff.
Hell has a front yard that looks just like ours. I'm pretty sure it is.
I know it. I know it's true. I've seen it in my dreams. When I shut my eyelids, I see Patrice green with envy and I see hell.
Just so you know, I have never found you more attractive than I find you right now.
Keep that mindset, because I'm getting ready to rub some Whoppers on myself, and maybe we can make this a joint effort.
Let me just calm myself down after that. I'm gonna need some vapors or something.
Mars bars and mounds, just keep them coming.
Now, what do you say we close these blinds and have ourselves a good time?
And scene. And scene. Please stop the scene. Please.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Whew. There's so many Almond Joy jokes I can make there.
I felt once you guys got to like L, I was like, oh no, and now I know how those guys felt in Chernobyl with like the AZ1 button. They're like, do we press it? I don't know.
When we got to A, I was sitting there, I'm like, man, we started at N. This is going really slow. Like, it took forever.
And we went places, didn't we?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this next game is a game for Patrick and Chris. Chris, are you guessing? Who's guessing?
What game are we doing? Oh, human resources? Yeah, I can guess, yeah.
Okay, so Chris is going to guess. What we need from you guys in the audience is a suggestion for a something you might get called to HR for, but not something you would actually get called to HR for, something ridiculous. And because Chris is being called to HR for doing this thing, and he was doing it with someone famous, so we're going to need that person as well. And there's some other ask that I'm forgetting. Patrick, feel free.
It was their job, what they were doing, and who they were doing it with.
Okay, yes, thank you. Job, what he's doing, and who he was doing it with.
So something insane. They were called in for a job that's not related to the person who is famous, real or fake, who is not involved with either of those things.
Yes. See, improv is a team sport, so we'll just tag team the intro.
It's not really a team sport when I'm carrying you across the finish line.
Touche. All right. So, if you guys want to put those suggestions in the chat, if you also want to nominate me as your favorite introducer of games, feel free to do that.
I didn't mean to laugh that loud.
I love that he's like, I meant to laugh, but not that loudly.
Oh, okay, well.
I meant to laugh, but not that loudly, okay? Sorry.
Is my face red? Okay, so we have a suggestion for tambourine playing. Now, I'm not sure if that's a suggestion for the HR thing or if that's a suggestion for the job, but I really want it to be the HR thing.
Okay, we can go with that.
All right. Let's see. Okay, the job is painting murals. Murals, rather. Not Muriel, but murals.
Okay.
Okay. So painting murals is a job. Tambourine playing is the reason they're being called in HR. And they were doing it with the one and only Ringo Starr.
Ringo Starr. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Man, I did a great job introducing that game.
You did. You did.
So the next thing we need to do is our symbol for Chris to put his headphones back in so he knows it is safe. And this will be Human Resources with Patrick and Chris.
Hello, would you like to just play? Go ahead. You want to take a seat there, sir? You can take a seat there.
Thank you. I was getting a little tired waiting outside your door. I'm a little parched. Is there sodas or something you guys provide?
We do not. There's a vending machine out in the company, the annex. You know that. You know there's a vending machine.
Do you guys have like quarters that you guys provide?
Those are not. You're paid. Listen, we're getting off track here.
That's true. That's true.
We're concerned about your performance.
I'm concerned about my performance too.
Well, I'm glad that you agree because you and your coworker.
You turned it. I can't hear you. I think I went deaf.
I think that my microphone just switched to for no apparent reason.
That's okay. That happens in technology.
Yes. But if you can still hear me in this,
I can now.
Call,
yes.
Listen, we're concerned that your performance at your job, just like your the person you're doing this activity with, is notoriously the worst of the group. All right.
I do know how to pick them. I make bad choices.
Yeah. Now I'm concerned because the person you're doing this with really everything should go together, but it's you're distracting your other coworkers here. Okay.
Is my singing too loud?
It's not the singing, but that might be a part of it. But the music that you're making, the instrument that you're using, I understand that it's rhythmic and you love that, but it is just annoying.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's hitting, it's ringing, it's just jingling, it's played off.
I do jingle rather well. I minored in jingle jangle in college.
Yes. Yeah. I know you might.
The University of Liverpool, I guess, where you went to, where you met your person you're doing this with.
I did. I went to Liverpool. That's where I went. Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty bad program. I don't know how you got thinking that you would make a career out of this, as you call jingle jangling.
Well, now it's called busking. I'm a busker, but back then I was jingle jangling. Yes.
If you're busking, you might be able to combine this instrument with some other instruments and kind of like play around with it, like combine it with a guitar or something like that.
You're commenting on my excessive tambourine usage?
I am. I'm glad that you're finally owning up to.
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I call that my jingle jangle circle. So I'm not used to the word tambourine. It's so Western,
Yeah. I understand that. But listen,
I'm sorry for doing that. I'm sorry if that's bothering my coworkers. I apologize for that.
Well, I mean, they've been pretty mad about it. Okay, because
bet.
you guys have this huge project right now. You guys are working on.
Yes.
And
It's a big one.
they are quite literally and figuratively seeing red right
Oh,
now. With just how big this installation is and how angry they are. They are seeing absolute red.
well,
All right.
I mean, they're pretty mad then.
And I mean they are up against the wall with anger at you just all day. Okay.
Well, I don't want to put anyone against the wall. That seems like a bad place to be.
Well,
Are they breaking? They didn't break through the wall, did they?
No, they did not, because that would get into liability, and we don't do any sort of construction. Okay.
No.
Have you been doing construction too?
Not if I'm not supposed to.
Okay.
I'm not admitting to anything else anymore.
I want to make sure you're not damaging the walls at all. Okay?
No,
so
I like the walls where they are.
that's what I like to hear, because that's what our clients are paying for. You know, we've got this guy who wants this
Make walls.
people crossing a road image on there, and we've got to get that up there quick. You know, we only got a couple weeks to get it on there.
Yeah, that's a big image. That's a tough.
And you're doing this job.
I am
on the wall with when you're adding
with my buddy.
to this wall. Yeah,
I am
with your buddy. Yes, yeah, you
my
are.
buddy and I we're tambourining it, and we're putting images on the wall.
Well, no, the tambourining is distracting you from your
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
We're instead of wall imaging, we're tambourining.
Well, wall imaging's you're not photographing walls here.
No, we're not. No, but we're putting up images on a wall.
Right. Yeah.
Like a billboard.
Kind of like
kind
that,
of, but not really. I was just doing kind
of.
But
But this is an artistic installation.
Painting. We're painting.
Not an ad. Yes.
Yeah, we're making murals.
Yeah.
Basically
exactly
what we're doing. Yeah. I call them billboards. Once again, this is a language barrier issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and your accomplice both speak English, though.
We do. Yes. He speaks a different. He has accent because I met him in Liverpool.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I know it's not my place to make fun of him for his accent, but he talks like he's a crazy person, and it's just insane.
That sounds nothing like him. That sounds nothing like him.
You know, and I know that he's an older man.
He is. He's getting up there in age, but it's just a number.
But you know, I feel like he's kept his youth for a long time, and
he has because he's been rolling around a little bit.
He's not. Well, no, he hasn't been rolling.
No, well, I mean, it depends on what sport we're playing. But
well, he did some rocking and rolling, but he was never specifically rolling.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, no. But again, like I said,
not an ecstasy.
You, I mean, he probably so, but maybe. You know but you, him, and your other two coworkers, I think you guys really are you guys are fabulous.
But yes, you know? Yes, we are. But you know, there's other coworkers that this could be. So I'm just trying to get
right. But the one you're tambourining with, I mean, he truly is the worst of you fabulous employees.
Oh, are you talking about my buddy Ringo?
I am talking about your buddy Ringo.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well, I'm sorry Ringo and I have been tambourining around the office of mural makers.
Yeah. Well,
my bad.
Let's not have this meeting again.
Okay, I don't know. I had a feeling it might have been a Beetle early on. I'm like, okay, which one though? Like, I don't know.
Seriously, though, like, poor Ringo.
Would you like the worst one? And I'm like, well, that's very subjective. I don't know which one you don't like.
Poor Ringo.
When I worked at a coffee shop for a long time, and there was a guy who came in who was a big Beatles fan, and he brought in his 3-year-old daughter one day, and she was wearing a Beatles shirt, and he was like, "Go ahead, tell me who your favorite Beatle is." And I said, "Is it Eric Clapton?" And he was like, "No, he's not a Beatle."
And now he's nobody's favorite Beatle. Okay.
No, I don't think. Yeah, he's lost a lot of friends. And fans. All right, so we're going to move right along to this next game. Scene 3 ways. This will be for Patrick and Katie. Patrick's going to take a little break here while we do this. What I'm going to need from the audience are different.
Are we skipping a game?
Yeah, I felt we were skipping a game there.
We can.
I was looking at the old set list.
Okay.
The one directly above the set list that's right there. So
Yeah,
go ahead, chat. You go ahead and intro this game. We can do this one.
Thanks, Chris.
We can do this meeting.
I was about
looking
to
at the wrong
cry.
set list.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right, so for this game, I'm going to have to.
There was
say...
no G string.
Exactly. That's an inside joke to everybody. I'm not wearing one. All right, we're going to have to say bye, cast, real quick. Bye. All right, give me just a second here so that they cannot hear me. Yep, this is a technical. All right, cool. So, everybody in the chat, it's just you and me right now. I'm going to need your help big time because we're about to have a chaotic Zoom meeting, and this is for Chris, Patrick, and Katie, all three of our actors. What's going to happen is they're going to all work for different organizations and what have you. So I need two things. I need a bunch of organizations or jobs or what have you, which would benefit from having a meeting, and I need just a common problem that you would see like in an office setting. Nothing that would involve lawyers, but just something that you would need to resolve. Maybe like a pressing project or maybe just an office annoyance. But, which I know is a lot of ask fors, but trust me, it'll be worth it. What's going to happen is I'm going to secretly assign Chris, Patrick, and Katie each a job or an organization or just someplace they're volunteering or what have you. I'm going to assign it to each of them, and they are going to need to try to resolve the problem that you suggest while not knowing who the other people are working for. In this, a chaotic Zoom meeting. A very appropriate game for the times because we've all done chaotic Zoom meetings. So, go ahead, whenever you feel ready in the chat, go ahead and just start putting in jobs, start putting in like any kind of organization or what have you. Okay, so for example, we have martial arts. It was just put in. We're going to need a lot of these. So yeah, if you have any more in you, please keep them going. Thank you, Anini. Okay, by the way, you've been awesome tonight. So martial arts. I'm going to say like a martial arts instructor type thing. So. Because, yeah, that would be somebody who definitely would be on a, oh, yes, and palm readers. Oh, good Lord, yes. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to get into our secret chat here. They cannot hear me, but I am going to assign martial arts to Katie. So Katie will be a martial arts instructor. All right. Chris will be a member of the Palm Readers Guild. And oh my god, yes, I need this in my life. Patrick is going to be an oil company executive rather. And last ask for, I just need a common office problem or some kind of project they could work on that they need to resolve amongst themselves. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead and throw that in the chat, and I will definitely assign that to them to see how they are going to solve that problem. Ooh, Utah Tourist Informationist. I might be able to extrapolate a problem from that. Give me just a second here. You know what? That's going to be our problem. We're going to try to attract tourists to Utah. Okay? That's going to be a really hard sell no matter how you sell it. So, I'm going to go ahead and see if they can solve that problem. Okay? So, just one more time. Babysitting is a good suggestion. We may use that in a different scene. But I like trying to get tourists to Utah. So one more time, Katie is a martial arts instructor, Chris is part of the Palm Readers Guild, and Patrick is an oil company executive. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start to bring these guys back real quick. Alrighty, Cass, we're about to bring you back in, so cease your discussions before we get into our big problem in 3, 2, and 1. Alright, everyone, you have your assignments, correct?
Yes.
Okay, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to try to find a way to get more tourists into Utah. Utah needs tourists, and you need to bring them in. And I need y'all to figure this out in a chaotic Zoom meeting in 3, 2, and 1.
Well, guys, we are so excited to have everyone here today. Guys, the shareholders are stoked right now. They're so happy with everything that's going on in the industry. Profits are through the roof. and we could not be happier. Anyone got anything for us? Are we just boosting out right now?
I would have told you if you would have listened to me. I would have told you that the profits were going to go through the roof because I saw your money line on your hand, and I told you it would be fantastic.
I think what's really important is we've got to focus on discipline and just maintaining, that mental acuity to move ourselves forward,
Psychic,
That's right,
mental,
guys.
either way.
That's right, guys. Mental acuity. We have to make sure whenever we're putting water into the ground that we're not leaching dangerous chemicals into the surrounding communities, because there have been quite a number of lawsuits regarding that, and all the libs are getting pretty angry these days. So we got to clean up our act, guys. We got to expand new territory.
You know what every single tourist that comes, well, not all of them, but most of the tourists that come through Utah have? Hands.
They do. And you, speaking of cleaning, we're just wax on, wax off.
Yes. That's good.
All right,
I can deal with that. The wax will not interfere with what I need to do.
Well, I hear what you guys are saying, and I'm honestly, I'm really digging it. Okay, I hadn't considered hiring roughnecks in Utah, but if they have hands and they're willing to lose a few fingies for some pretty dangerous work, we can get some really good labor that way. We can start getting this crap out of the ground and into some SUVs these days.
Yes. I don't need the fingers. I don't use the fingers. So the fingers, if they lose them, that's okay. That's fine. Now what we need to do is we need to find out a way to do the marketing. I have many turbans we can hand out to the people, to maybe the assistants, or if that's too blasé, we can do a voodoo thing. It's completely up to you guys.
I'm hesitant about the turbans. I'm more about belts in a variety of colors. That's my
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm on the same wavelength as this chick over here. Like the turbans are gonna throw a lot of people off. They're gonna think we're OPEC or something like that. And like we want to make sure that, like she was saying about the belt, we want to make sure we're so popular in the Rust Belts. They want only American companies that are drilling these days to serve their product.
Well, the good thing is tourists have money, and I know how to take their money, if you know what I'm saying.
Dude, I'll
say, dude, if you need money, we basically print the stuff. How much money do you want? We got unlimited cash here, bro.
I have also found that parents of small children, they have lots of money. They're happy to give it to you in exchange for some training or services. Here in Utah, we could offer a lot of those, get them coming in.
Well, the good thing about parents with small children is they tend to have lots of photographs with them with information that I can use whilst doing what I do, if you know what I mean.
Oh, dude, I don't.
Maybe you don't know what I mean. I just don't know.
I don't. It sounds pretty weird when you put it like that, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. But guys, also we should encourage people to have more kids. More kids. People drive bigger cars. They use more stuff. I mean, come on, guys. It's easy money here. Just start having more babies.
That is true. I will say, my 6 p.m. class, the parking lot is just full of SUVs. Moms bringing their kids out into the studio.
Right. I sense you will be having more children soon. Maybe together.
Oh.
And scene. Wow.
Katie, are you a karate instructor?
Martial arts instructor, yeah.
And Patrick, you're like a Texas oil baron or something?
Oil executive.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you're a fortune teller?
Palm Readers Guild.
Palm reader. Oh yeah.
That's why they don't need fingers.
Yeah.
I get it now.
They allegedly don't need Zoom. Anyway.
All right. Now we get to go to what I was introducing earlier. Woo! All right. What I need from the audience is I need genres of movies, television, and theater. Different styles, different genres. Maybe you can make them up. Maybe it's your favorite show as a child. It doesn't matter. Type it in. We're going to use it. what's going to happen is Patrick and Katie are going to be doing a scene. We're going to get a suggestion from that scene from Chad. We'll pull something from a suggestion earlier if we have one. And what's going to happen is they're going to improvise that scene. They're just going to take that suggestion, improvise scene, a short scene, maybe about 60 seconds, maybe not 90 seconds long. And then what they're going to do is they're going to go back and redo that scene 3 different ways with 3 different genres that we're going to be getting from you guys. So, Chad, whenever you get some ideas or some suggestions from the chatters, feel free to go ahead and let me know, and I will type them in or let what our suggestions are.
Okay,
Or
well,
genres, I mean.
I would like to say really quick thank you to I'm Needy OK, first of all, for all the suggestions in the last scene and for putting in the bit cheers. So thank you so much for the bit cheering. We appreciate that. Greases the wheels of comedy and keeps us funny. All right.
It does.
So
It greases the tambourines. That's what it does.
Exactly.
Keeps us jingling and jangling.
All right. So by popular demand, we have After School Special.
After school especial.
Yeah. Also, we all love Utah as well, so just to clear that up.
Go Uda.
All right. We also have a bank heist movie.
Bank. Is that I? That's I before E? No.
That's I after E because that rule never works.
Okay, it's I before E except after C, or when it sounds weird, as in nay and way, or heist.
Okay, and we're going to be very specific here. 70s horror.
Are we thinking a little 70s horror? That was 80s, so wasn't it? 70s horror. Okay. And what is the topic or suggestion for their first scene?
Babysitting.
Don't ever pronounce it like that again.
Yeah, no.
Babysitting. I squished a baby. All right, so this scene will first scene will have something to do with babysitting. Babysitting is their suggestion, so they'll use it as they see fit. This is seen 3 ways. The first scene is however they want. In 3, 2, and 1.
Charlie, I know you're upset we couldn't go to the park. I'm sorry. Charlie, you have got to stop that. You know that I can't. When you do that, it just frustrates me. I want to hear you.
Every time I have a babysitter, I always get to go to the park. Why can't we go today?
Charlie, your mom said we can't. So listen, it's fine. We're gonna do something fun around the house. We can color.
Okay, I guess we can color. What can we draw?
Well, you can draw anything you want to draw. I brought special magic markers that change colors.
You brought magic markers?
Yeah.
You brought markers that are actually magic?
They are. They change colors. Charlie, I think you're gonna like this, okay?
Let me see them, Kelly. Remove the cap. It's true. I got a fortune cookie the other day that said I would see something that's really magic, and you brought magic over.
And scene. All right, that's great. That's a great premise. It's a great start for the scene that we're going to see now done 3 different ways. I think we're going to get this one out of the way early, especially since I think it'd be a nice contrast to what you guys just did. I like to see this as a 70s horror. So same scene as a 70s horror. No, that's a 70s porn. Never mind. 70s horror. The same scene as 70s horror in 3, 2, and 1.
Charlie, they've infiltrated the park. There's no way we can go there.
They always infiltrate the park whenever I have a babysitter.
Okay, listen, we've got to stay inside and stay safe, okay?
Okay, I know the drill. I'm bored though, Kelly. What can we do?
We gotta do something really quiet, okay? Really quiet.
Okay, Kelly, on board. What can we do?
I brought some magic markers.
You brought real magic markers?
Yes. They change colors and repel zombies.
I heard about this on the television show, Puff the Magic Dragon. That I would see real magic sometime. And you brought the real magic and you don't do it. Slide the cap off across the hood of a car. Oh my gosh! Oh, Kelly, they're real. They're real magic. I read about this in one of my Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah. Well, better watch out because these markers.
And scene. I like how 70s horror just became a whisper show.
We were hiding from whatever was horrific. That is.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's perfect. That was the scene where before you guys died. I like
70s,
that. All right,
80s.
all right. So now we're gonna see this. We're gonna see this done as an after-school special. Same scene, after-school special in 3, 2, and 1.
I sure am bored.
Well, Charlie, your mom said we can't go to the park today because she caught you doing drugs.
We can't go to the park and do drugs. Drat. What are we going to do instead?
Well, I found these markers and they're magic. So I
They're
decided to
magic?
bring them.
They're real magic?
They are. No.
Whoa, they're color changing.
Oh my gosh. Listen, they really do change colors, but sometimes if you sniff them too much, well, that'll make you high too, just like drugs. And we can't do
I know.
those.
Yeah, I know we can't do drugs.
Seed. Yeah, don't do Crayola, kids. Anyway, this last scene, the very final one, is going to be done. This is the same scene, but this time it's going to be done as a bank heist. Same scene, bank heist in 3, 2, and 1.
No, we wouldn't be in here if you hadn't told your mom about the plan.
Well, I wanted to go to the park. You said no, we needed to go to the bank. So we went to the bank and you tried to hold it up.
I know. It's just I thought that if I had a little kid with me, the whole thing would go a little more smoothly. I was mistaken.
You should have clued me into the plan, Kelly. All my other babysitters clue me in when they take me on for their crimes.
Listen, okay, Charlie, next time I'll do that. But you know what? We are going to be okay today because I have the solution to all of our problems.
Well, I'm all ears then.
It is a magic marker / lockpick.
You're saying that I can color stuff and pick locks with the same implement?
Absolutely, Charlie. And if you break us out of jail and I just walk out the door, I don't think they can charge me with as much crime.
Well, Kelly, pop the cap.
Attaboy, Charlie. You got it.
Scene. Nicely done. Bank heist, jail escape. Either way, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same genre. It works.
That was Ocean's 5.5.
They're all Clive Owen movies.
Oceans 2. It was all of the oceans. It was the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, Billy. It was great.
You're my Caribbean queen, Chris. So you know. What is the next game? Do I know? Oh, I'm introing it. I always forget when I'm introing games. Yeah.
I like how if I'm not talking and silent, everyone quickly looks.
Who's doing something?
Someone's supposed to be doing something, and I bet it's not me, so I'm not going to check. All right. So for our next game, we need 2 letters of the alphabet. Just two of them. Don't make them vowels. Don't make them weird little like goth letters like X, because that's stupid. Like
Goth
Q
letters.
is like Q is a goth letter that hangs out with the cool kids. That's Ali Sheedy in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So we need two letters because in this game, letter sub for Katie and Chris, they're going to take one letter and sub it out for a different letter of the alphabet. So I would call it letter sub because one letter is subbed. That's short for substituted. Now, they're also going to need a suggestion chat. So if we have any suggestions that caught your eye earlier, maybe on YouTube or Facebook, if they were if they're there, we need a suggestion too.
Alrighty,
So what would that suggestion be there, Chad?
Oh, the suggestion, yes. The suggestion for the scene, the suggestion that will drive
Baby
the
sitting.
actual scene. Yes.
Sitting,
yes,
baby.
exactly. Yeah, baby. Shoveling snow.
Shoveling snow. All right, and do we have any suggestions for letters?
We have, let's see here. We have S.
S, like S or X? S, like S?
S.
The non-gothy letter, yes. And
Okay.
and B for Bravo.
And B. All right, so in this game of shoveling snow, as much as I would love for bubbling Bahow, I think we're going to turn all B's into S's.
Okay.
So bubble becomes Sussel.
Okay.
All right. All right. So this is letter sub. There's with Katie and Chris. Their suggestion is shoveling snow, and all B's will now be S's in 3, 2, and 1.
Honey, have you seen my snow slower?
I sure haven't, Ryan. I'm sorry.
Honey, I'm not shoveling the damn driveway again. I want to slow it off. I like it. It sounds loud, and I feel powerful when I use it.
So I really need to get my Volkswagen sub out of the driveway.
I agree. That the snow sinks are huge. Right up against the side of our house. Our garage is covered. You can't get your sug out. I can't get my Jeep.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do because I'm not going to shovel snow without the snow slower.
Well, I feel Sam Soozled. You know, I sought that snow slower from Sessi back in Sackaway, and Sessi was still a store, and I can't use it because somebody stole it from my garage underneath my nose. You know, here I am minding my own business, and someone steals my snow slower.
Well, I don't know the somebody who stole your snow slower because I was also minding my own business, watching the Sacy, which I always have to watch the Sacy.
Well, yeah, because we can't afford a Sacy sitter. Look, I think I know who stole my snow slower. I think it was Sinjamin from next door. That son of a Sitch has been eyeing my snow slower ever since I sought the damn thing.
Sinjamin is a little weird.
He is.
So I think we should give him a setter chance to make a good impression.
Too late. I'm going to walk over there and seat his ass. I'm going to kick his soot so hard that he is going to taste my suit. He's going to taste the soul of my suit.
Ryan, you cannot go kicking people's suts in the neighborhood, because I will be left alone with the Sacy.
Well, yeah, if I get arrested, but I don't plan on getting arrested.
no one plans on going to jail, Ryan.
It's true.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
okay, fine. Maybe Macy, I'll just take a deep breath. Think out my actions and just use a damn shovel instead of a slower.
I think that could be good because I really can't afford for you to go to jail, Ryan.
Yes.
And scene.
Oh my gosh.
It's always so hard when you get that innocuous word because you're like, oh no, I don't. I think
It's
about
because
Nope.
that maybe was getting me Macy. Maybe was getting me too. But yeah.
When you first said Stacey, I was like, Stacey, what would that be? It's a Macy.
All right. So this last game is a game for Chris and Patrick, and we're gonna keep the suggestions really simple. We just need any two suggestions from the audience. So maybe an object, maybe a non-geographic location, like any two suggestions that come into your mind. And Patrick and Chris are going to use their creative genius to build a scene around those two suggestions.
We'll seal it.
They will
Yeah.
seal the scene.
Building, and I couldn't even think of that in the last.
It's amazing how you forget every word that contains the letter.
Yeah,
that you
and
need
like
to use.
a word like a comb would be fun. Combs. I'm gonna combs my hair. Didn't even think of it.
I could have combed my hair while I held the Stacey. All right.
Do you know who's serried in Grant's Toms?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I
know.
So, Chad, how are we doing on suggestions there? Do we have two of them?
We do. And by the way, I do want to make a very special note here. Thank you so much, I'm Nini OK, for the total of 2,600 bits that have just appeared in the... Yeah, exactly. And the gift sub to Addie Hatter. So thank you so much.
Right.
That is really, really sweet of you. We really do appreciate that.
It's a Halloween miracle.
And speaking of a Halloween miracle...
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Speaking of a Halloween miracle, we have a suggestion for cufflinks.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Witch's Brew.
Witch's Brew.
Very fun. Okay. So this scene will be inspired by cufflinks and Witch's Brew. This is Chris and Patrick in two suggestions in 3, 2, and 1.
Yes, little man, come in, tell me what you need.
Yes, I was noticing your delicious domicile as I was walking through the forest. I was hunting Pokemon, and I saw your just delectable looking house. I was wondering if maybe I could come in.
Oh, yes, I love having visitors. Please make yourself at home. Would you like anything to drink?
Oh, if you're offering, I would love maybe a bubbly glass of water if you have like some Perrier. If not, tap will be fine.
Oh, just water then. Okay.
Yes, I'm a little parched. I'm parched from all of my walking.
I can get you some water. Would you like anything to eat?
Oh, well, yes. I love your hand gestures. That is really, it's very hypnotic. Watching you move your hands that way, I can't take my eyes off them. But I was noticing that your front entrance has a Snicker bar as a door handle. I would love maybe just a little nibble.
A prepackaged delectable. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, here you go. But you really shouldn't have sweets without eating first your meats, because I seem to have frozen you dead in your tracks, young boy. Did you chew on something that maybe a piece of nougat that got stuck in your teeth that maybe it's causing you some sort of temporary paralysis? Maybe?
Oh my God, you have frozen my brother. You've frozen him dead.
I didn't see you come in, young girl. Okay, this kind of throws off my plan a little bit here because I was going to eat him.
Oh, well, if it's between the two of us that you're going to eat, I think it should definitely be him, now that I think about it.
I don't think so. I don't think that makes sense. Okay, now listen. Okay, great. The two of you are here. You're back alive.
I got out of my stasis. You cast a spell on me or something.
He did, brother. He froze you. He froze you dead.
Oh,
Well,
man,
not
I
dead.
knew it. I knew that some bitch. I should have known when my cufflinks started tingling when I walked in here that this is a den of evil.
Oh, you have fortune-telling cufflinks, that is, huh? Is that what you
Yes.
have, young boy?
Yes, they are sanctified by the blood of Merlin.
That's right. I found him back behind the church in a grave and gave him to my brother.
You
Yes, and the
found
gravestone said Merlin on it.
You found and desecrated the grave of the great wizard?
Well, we're not sure if it was the Great Wizard. It said Merlin. It had a last name, but it was scratched off. It was so old, so we just assumed. It was in Mobile, Alabama, so it could have been anybody.
Do you know the location of the great wizard's grave? Because there might be more valuables there that I can have.
Well, I don't think we're inclined to give you much of anything since you froze my brother.
Well, now, let's not be rash here. I gave your brother a glass of water and a 25-cent Snickers bar. Okay, I'm at least entitled to go grave robbing with you.
Yes.
I'm glad that you finally agreed. Now, little boy, and I don't know your little rat sister's name, but I need you to take me
Veronica.
Immediately to Merlin's grave.
I will, but I keep feeling like I'm going through time warps, like I'm jumping through hoops of time, and I get back and just passage of time has passed.
Yes,
That
that's Snickers.
spell. It's the spell he cast on you, brother. Oh,
I'm sorry. Did you just call me a he?
Well,
That is
didn't
a
wanna-
very rude thing
Yes.
to make to misgender someone. in their own
Veronica,
home.
Veronica. We should use non-binary pronouns when
Thank
we-
you so
we're
much.
unsure.
I may have been born in 1864, but I am very, very modern on the times now.
well, they cast a spell on you, brother, and I don't like it very much.
Well,
I suppose.
we could just leave.
I say we do that. We
I'm
just
saying that too.
And scene.
oh my god.
Apparently, my internet decided to leave right in the middle of just the most pressing and gripping scene imaginable. So I had to come in with a hotspot real quick, and that didn't work very well. So,
Yep.
Wow.
so you make fun of witches, and shit happens.
Yep.
All right, well, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. I knew it when I looked at the time, and it was 8:30. I was like, we could do 2 suggestions. What could go wrong? Well, shit.
Everything.
Internet. Everything. Thank you guys. At this point of our show, if you guys have any last-minute title, ideas. Now I'm like dying. If you guys have any last-minute title ideas, feel free to type those into the chat now. We'll turn it over to Chad to go through and see what we're going to title this episode based on your guys' suggestions. But I would like to, before we do that, thank Patrick and Katie for playing here tonight. that was a super fun show. I had a good time. And to remind everyone that this Thursday, instead of a normal improv show, we'll be unveiling. We'll be revealing. We'll be playing Jackbox Party Pack 8 the day it comes out. So it's going to be first time for us to be able to see it. First time you guys see it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Chad, what do we have as suggestions for the title of the show?
All right, so real quick, before I get to that, I do want to thank I'm in the OK for cheering another 700 bits and completely throwing off my last count. So thank you for that. But seriously, thank you for your support. Always a pleasure to have you on. Also, Beffers3425, thank you for the follow. And it's good to see you tonight, X69. It's been a minute. All right, so with all that being said, let's get to the titles. First of all, we have Mobile Dreams, I should say. I almost said Mobile, but that's a city in Alabama. We have Uber Snicks. Pop the Cap.
Oh, yeah, Pop the Cap.
Snow Slower.
That was just fun to say.
And Son of a Sitch. So those were the suggestions that we had. If we have any other suggestions, quickly speak now or forever hold your peace. But yes, those were the suggestions for tonight.
What do we got again? What do we have again?
We have Mobile Dreams, Uber Snicks, Pop the Cap, Snow Slower, and Son of a Sitch.
Yeah. Anyone? What do we like? Any of you guys like any of those?
I'll be honest, after hearing those titles, I'm not sure I was in this show because I don't remember most of them.
I thought there was another. I thought there was another title, something that made me laugh earlier, and I guess I forgot it.
I'm looking back over to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Well, maybe I said it, like we were talking about something. I was like, "Oh, that sounds like the other version." Anywho,
Not to be biased here, but I'm Nini OK suggested Son of a Sitch.
Son of a Sitch.
I'm Nini OK,
not-
get it.
I believe yes.
Not that I think that we can be bought.
We can be bought. Absolutely be bought.
We hadn't talked about it, but I didn't want to like make any assumptions here. Yeah, we can be bought like very cheap.
Yeah, I remember
cheap.
what was it? What was that show like? D Rocky like 6 months ago, like gave like 20 gift subs or something, and wanted to name the show. We're like done.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah.
All right, so Son of the Sitch works for me. Like it. And Chad, do we have any rage on any plan before?
You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen these guys, so why don't we drop by and say hi to Show and Tell Live? He says very slowly as he loads them into the raid thing. They're actually doing some on-stage long form, so yeah, stop by and get you some long form for dessert. How about that?
They get to perform in person.
Chris, quick question: Do you have anything you're doing on Thursday?
Yeah, I was. I'll be going to work probably around 7:30. I think I've probably got pulmonary grand rounds that I'll be watching about noon.
What about 12 hours after you go into work?
Anything going on that point? Just
there's NFL football is playing Thursday night.
No, we don't watch that.
I've got the raid ready to go,
try?
by the way.
Am I going to try and beat you and recover the Sweepy Trophy? Absolutely. All right. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you guys for all your suggestions. Thanks. I'm Nini OK for all of your bit cheers and gift subs. With that, I want to thank you guys. Hang out for the raid and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Bye, y'all.